This happened to me when I was 5 or 6. I don't exactly remember my age, but I was still a child. I live in an outdoor apartment. The apartments I live in are kinda hard to explain, so I will try my best to describe the details. Now, the apartments I live in are kinda small, and when you go outside, you can see everyone living in a tight area, so you can pretty much see all your neighbors when they go outside. We also have backyards, but instead of it being in the back, it's right next to our front door with a blue wooden fence. Now enough with me trying to describe the details of the apartments I live in. It was an early morning and I had to go to school, but I was still sleeping. I woke up to my mom's phone ringing right next to me. My mom saw that my aunt was calling. My aunt lives in the same apartment. For some reason, she didn't really answer her phone if my aunt was calling. Don't know why. But this time she decided to. My mom picked up, and I could hear my aunt in a very scared and panicked voice and said, "There's a crazy man going around trying to open people's doors." At first, my mom didn't really believe her, and I started to get a bit scared, so my mom said to my aunt, "Oh, okay, thanks for telling me," and hanged up. I told my mom that I was scared, but she told me not worry about it. My mom decided to go outside the yard just to make sure. Now my mom is very short, so she had to stand on those mini stepper workout machine we had. I will forever remember this. When she was still looking outside, I saw her running inside the house in a panic mode and locked the yard and went to lock the front door. When she had done that, we could hear the person that was outside our door banging on the door very loud and strong. I started to cry. He tried to open the door. I could just hear the doorknob make noise as he was trying to get in. He ended up going to the next door neighbor, but they had their door locked as well. One of our neighbors in the apartments ended up calling the police. The police came and arrested him. I want to go look at my back window and saw him with handcuffs sitting down while the police were talking to him. They then put him the backside and the police drove off. I saw him as they were driving off with his head down looking sad. I sometimes always wonder, what would happen if my mom didn't lock the door in time? Edit. I forgot to give a description on how he looked. He was a tall man and he kinda looked buff. TBH, he was wearing shorts and had no shirt on, and he was a bold man. Scary story 2. This is a story my mother told me this few months ago. It was about my grandparents who were at a party. Also attending the party was a murderer who has killed around 5 people in the span of his life. Anyway, at some point beer ran out at the party and they wanted to get new beer. The murderer asked my grandmother if he wanted to grab some beer with her. The murderer was known for always carrying around an axe and killing women. He also went to some of the same classes as my grandpa. My grandma first said sure and went to ask my grandpa for allowance if she can go with him. My grandpa first said sure and they wanted to go grab beer. But in the last few instances before leaving the party, my grandma told him that he changed her mind and didn't want to go anymore. While they were on the party, he was not on his last victim, in the meaning of he hasn't killed all the victims he has to this date. When I brought this up to my grandma, she said that she had a super weird feeling about that him and felt unsafe in his presence. English isn't my native language, so sorry for some poor phrasing. This story took place in Europe in, I think, 1975, or sometime around that Scary Story 3. So, this happened a while ago, back in high school. I can't remember exactly, maybe grade 11 or 12. Anyway, we had this new school staff member. He seemed chill at first and was pretty respected among the students and teachers. Always friendly, very animated, always in a good mood. Months later, he started to do some strange things. For reasons I have no idea of, he would show up at some of our parties. Yes, there were a lot of people there, but we were always around the same age. Then some dude appears out of nowhere. Looks like someone's uncle just here drinking and smoking weed with everyone. Okay, so what, he wanted to drink and smoke? No, it started getting weirder. He would ask his students to chill and smoke weed after school. Like chill. At his place. And guess what? It happened. Someone did it. I won't say where or who this happened to, but let's just say he ended up going to court, charged and fired from his job. It was pretty crazy. I'm glad I wasn't a victim. But yeah, true story. Hey, everyone, that's about it for today's stories. If you have your own story you would like to send, you can send it in at Scary Zone. Don't forget to subscribe and click the notification button for new video. See you on the next video.